Call the January 19, 2016 Commissioners meeting to order. Everyone stand for the pledge, please. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Reagan,
Present.
Mr. King,
Here.
Mr. Henry,
Here.
Mr. Brooks,
Here. Appointments.
One for the Muncie Library Board. Mary Louise Buck. Make a motion that we appoint her to the Muncie Library Board.
Yes. I'll second that.
Roll call.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes.
Mr. Henry,
Yes.
We also have one for the, I believe it's the Liberty
Regional
Regional
wastewater.
Wastewater, Charlie Walker and Jim Cook. Make a motion we appoint both of these to that board.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Mr. Henry,
Yes.
We also, the DAC board, normally the president of the commissioners will sit on this board. We've all discussed it. We'd like for Sherry to continue to sit on the DAC board. So I make a motion that Sherry is the liaison to the DAC board.
And I'll happily second that.
Second. What stands for? Delaware Bank Corporation.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Roll call, please.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes.
Mr. Henry,
Yes. Move to the minutes, January 4th, 2016.
Make a motion we approve January 4, 2016 meeting minutes.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes.
Mr. Henry,
Yes. Presentation to the Commissioners, proclamation, Thank Your Mentor Day, Dick Daniels.
Hi, I'm Dick Daniel,
Welcome.
former Muncie educator, now working with a mentoring group called Project Leadership. We're sponsoring an event, Thank Your Mentor Day, and you have graciously agreed to declare this coming Thursday as Thank Your Mentor Day in Delaware County. Do you want to read the proclamation or should I?
Good, sir.
Okay. Delaware County, Indiana, be it proclaimed, whereas January is National Mentor Month, and whereas Thank Your Mentor Day is a valuable part of Mentor Month, and whereas Delaware County recognizes the valuable contributions of adults in our community who give up their time and talents to help our children by building a mentor relationship, and whereas the purpose of these mentor relationships is to provide support for our local children by encouraging, guiding, and being good examples of adults in our community. We, as Delaware County Commissioners, do hereby proclaim January 21st, 2016 as Thank Your Mentor Day in Delaware County. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of Delaware County to be affixed hereto in this 19th day of January in the year 2016. James King, Shannon Henry, and Sherry Reagan. Thank you very much. We are very grateful for the mentoring that goes on here in Delaware County. Those of you that grew up with strong mentors know how important those folks were in your life. And we have so many young people and even older folks that need someone to help guide them down the right road. Sometimes that's even a person who has a strong family structure. They just need somebody outside of their family to kind of give them some advice. So mentoring is extremely important. This Thursday at the Ross Center at 4 p.m. we're having an event, a little reception called Thank Your Mentor Day. Steve Lindell from WLBC is going to be there, as are representatives from the Boys and Girls Club, Moms, Kids Hope, Big Brothers, Big Sisters, Teamwork for Quality Living, College Mentors for Kids, the YMCA, and of course the Ross Center and Project Leadership. You are all invited to attend. We'd be thrilled if you would stop by and share some punch and cake, and I have some healthy stuff too. Between 4 and 6 p.m. at the Ross Center, you folks are also invited to stop by and mingle with the various mentoring groups here in Delaware County. Once again, as representing Project Leadership, I want to thank you for allowing me to participate today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Daniel.
I make a motion, we accept the January 21st, 2016 as Thank Your Mentor Day.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Mr. Henry,
Yes. Moving on to resolutions for approval. Jason, this financial assistance from Indiana Department of Homeland Security.
Jason Rogers, Emergency Management Director. We're having some difficulty dealing with the Department of Administration, the Grants Office, and IDHS on this new and improved process for grant signatures. We have approved this once before, Resolution 2015-26. So I'm not sure if this is something that they approached Mr. Craycraft about, and I don't know if this is grant specific. As we discussed and have discussed, kind of cut the EMA directors out of the loop. We used to bring the grants to you specifically for signatures. This is supposed to speed the process up. Yet we've been working on these two grants since last August. So we didn't reinvent the wheel very well, in my opinion. So I'm not sure where we're supposed to kind of move forward with this. I know Mr. Craycraft has worked on the electronic signature portion of that, and I can let him speak to that because we were, aside from he and I communicating, I'm not getting anything back from grants. So, can you shed any light to that?
what this is they want the board president, the commissioner board president, to sign off on the grant for the county auditor. I don't know if they don't want the department heads from signing off on the grants. I don't know why they've done this, but they sent this request to us 2 weeks ago and asked that we pass a resolution and adopt a resolution.
I believe,
for
Jason,
that.
and Steve, when it came, we could just name anybody.
Well-
So, did they kind of and we did end up doing the presidency.
We did. What happened was initially, as many counties did, they named their EMA and Assistant Deputy EMA Director as the grant signatories, which makes a lot of sense. They all go through us. The problem that IDOA had, first of all, that came out without any guidance from Indiana Department of Administration. And the problem that they had with it was, we write the grants, so we shouldn't be the approval authority on the grants. I don't have a problem with that. But we've since named the president and the auditor as the grant signatory. And I know, Sherry, you had a lot of trouble even getting into the system, and there wasn't much guidance for that. So I know that we actually signed the grants and PDF them back to them, and they won't accept that. And then since then, that time I've been working with Steve to get the process set up for him to do. And as far as I know, Steve, have we completed that on these two grants? I mean, I know the process or the application's done.
Yeah, everything on the bidder site was completed. But this was emailed, I think this was emailed 2 weeks ago. And they asked that we pass this. I don't know why they changed it. Nobody asked them to change it, but this is their form that they emailed us.
Right, and it was this, I believe that's the same form that Mr. Murphy had worked on and then changed it to our language, which was the resolution that we passed. When I spoke with the lady from the grants, our liaison in the grants office, they did not have a copy of our original resolution. So I don't wonder if, which I sent back to her, I don't wonder if maybe they don't, the right person has not made it to their desk yet. So my suggestion would be this: let's table this resolution. I will call the grants office, and then I will let all of you know kind of where we stand. Like I said, we've been working on this for over 6 months. Another couple of weeks isn't going to kill us. It's frustrating. There's money out there, the grants, there's departments that are waiting for equipment, and we can't get it to them because this is the process now. So but we'll continue to work on it.
The issue that I had with it was the form that was sent to us was basically just a carte blanche. It didn't specify any grant, it just said the president's gonna sign, and once you get that in the system, then it's an automatic signature is what it is. It wasn't specific to any particular grant, wasn't specific to anything, and that was my issue with that. That's why I modified it to specify the grants that Mr. Rogers had provided to me.
So Jason, you'll continue to work on this then?
Let me do some more research. I'll reach out. We have a new liaison since the unfortunate death of somebody in the grants office. So let me work with Beth Clark in the grants office and just find out where we're at. I will send her that resolution that's already been signed. I will also send her a copy of the one Mr. Brook has prepared and find out what do we need to do.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have a motion?
You want to make a motion to table?
You want to entertain a motion to table that?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to table resolution 2016-001.
Is that one or two?
This is
One,
I thought we had one.
we did for ordinance.
Oh, okay. Second,
Roll call, please.
Ms. Reagan,
yes.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes. Resolution 2016-002, identifying tax sale certificates to be assigned to nonprofit corporation.
This is a resolution that I prepared for certain tax sale properties. I think there's 9 of them for the New Kingdom Building Corporation for church. The statute requires that you adopt a resolution to have a public hearing, and then at the public hearing, you take comment from the public hearing before you transfer the property to a tax-exempt, not-for-profit agency. So what I've done is I've prepared this resolution for these parcels, these 9 parcels. The public hearing will be the 15th. The public hearing the notice has to be 10 days before the public hearing. It'll be at the Commissioners meeting on the 15th at 9 o'clock. And then you can take action at that point.
Make a motion to accept resolution 2016-002.
Second,
Roll call, please.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Ms. Reagan,
yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.
February 15th, yes, at 9. That should give us plenty of time to get to the paper and get it published.
Motion for payment of claims, $1,200,221.4538.
Make a motion to payment of claims in that amount.
Second,
Roll call, please.
Ms. Reagan,
yes.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes. All right, skip department heads, I'm sorry. Jason, you have something on department heads?
I've got a couple of things for you here this morning. One, I've received a follow-on bid for a new ambulance for 2016 Braun. This is a attachment to the bid that we took for the last purchase, and the final price came in under $140,000. And I would suggest that we go with this. I'll be presenting it to the County Council Finance Committee. But this is a follow-on, exact same unit, except for the model year of the chassis for an E350 ambulance. The final purchase price came in at $137,954, and we're in the same ballpark as we were last year, minus the Ford FIN rebate. So just want to make you aware that we're using a follow-on bid for that process. I've got the end of the year numbers for 2015. EMS, responded 17,406 times to calls for assistance. They wrote 14,806 patient care reports. We intercepted, meaning that we went out and assisted other agencies with patient care 544 times. And we asked for assistance from the volunteers 375 times. So our numbers are increasing. I can tell you that our end of the month for December, we were taking 46.2 calls a day. And in comparison to the 14,000 patient care reports we wrote in 2015, in 2014, we wrote 14,400, which is about 500 less calls or patient care reports. And in 2012, we wrote 13,605, which is about 1,000. So every year we do about 500 more patient care reports, taking care of more patients with the same amount of staff. So we are proposing an increase in that, and we'll be discussing that with County Council Finance on Thursday. And the last thing that I have is the write-offs for the month of December. Total accounts receivable write-off for December is $332,194.08. I'll need a motion to accept that.
I make a motion to approve the write-offs.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Reagan,
Yes.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Also, we're looking forward to another payment from our Medicaid reimbursement, and that should be in the next couple of months. I don't want to speak to what the amount's going to be because I don't think those numbers are finalized yet, but we are looking for that program to continue.
Jason, when you speak of your volunteers, when is your next class for your,
We just finished one. As far as the EMA goes, the Community Emergency Response Team course, we just finished one early December. How many people do you have in that, Gianna? 15? 12. 12. We had 12 people complete it. We'll probably start one in the spring, and I don't know that it's on the schedule yet. No.
how many volunteers are you up to now?
24? 24.
Always looking for more.
Yeah.
Because I do see them out all the time, and I appreciate all what they do.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Don.
Sheriff? Anything, what you want me? No, I don't. Okay. All right, questions, comments, answers?
I do have something. In late 2015, the State Board of Accounts adopted, and there was a statute change for consideration on internal controls and what they call materiality. All municipalities, including the county, has to adopt a resolution if they want to set out standards for material variances or changes, like one-time theft, cash loss, recurring cash loss, loss of assets, that sort of stuff. You could set the thresholds. Right now, the State Board of Accounts will set the thresholds at 0. So if there's any variance above 0, then it has to be reported to the State Board of Accounts on a constant basis. You can set thresholds above 0, whatever you think is appropriate. And so you have to do that by adopting a resolution. There are thresholds for cash losses, recurring cash losses, loss of assets, creation of additional liabilities. You also set forth material changes, for example. If there's an expenditure over X number of dollars, you consider that to be material, that sort of thing. So that's something that the county commissioners have to adopt for all of the departments. And then there would necessarily be some training, and I think the auditor would have, they should have some input into what that thresholds are because they've got to deal with it every day.
And also our HR, we're in the works of changing our policy book, and this would be a good place to look that over too.
Right,
'Cause
yep.
any kind of equipment that's taken off-site, we need to really clamp down on that.
John, if you would, won't you send everyone an email with the items that need threshold amounts?
Okay.
And at that point, make sure everybody email John back to give their input, and so we can get that written up and
Okay.
taken care of.
I could do that. I'll send you the directive as well. I'll send it to the auditor as well.
Great.
Thanks.
Anyone else?
Yes, please.
William W. Chambers, taxpayer. You guys spent money on time machines, fingerprint, at the county highway EMS. But here, you didn't do it here at the Justice Center? We got those people working?
We gotta get the system in place. We've talked about this before. We're trying to get the time management system established. At some point in time, that may happen to where there is a time clock here and at the Justice Center.
At what point in time do you think it might be?
I don't have any idea. I need to talk to Steve and see where we're at with the time management part.
I mean, you would think we'd focus on your biggest building first.
The time clocks that were replaced are the time clocks that exist now.
Yeah, I know how long it takes to do payroll.
Yeah.
So, that was the question. I will return.
Thanks. Anyone else?
I'd like to do a little shout out for the Muncie Central High School Recycling Club, led by Mr. Kidd and Ms. Spots. They're now in the One Man's Trash newspaper, and they've been doing a fantastic job down there at the school. They've even saved their school a dumpster, so it does pay to recycle, and I would hope they could get a little PR for that. Mr. Daniels used to be down there. Did they have that club when you were there, Richard?
Where?
The recycling club at Central?
No, they did do, there were various groups within the school. They weren't necessarily a recycling club, but they did recycling, collected bottles and aluminum cans, as I recall, and did quite a bit of it for a while.
As a matter of fact, they meet each Friday now. Each Friday they go through the school. So just nice to give the kids when they're doing something good, and we appreciate them.
Just one other thing as a reminder to the county employees. Of course, we like our employees to look nice, dress nice, but on these cold days and these bad winter mornings, make sure you dress appropriately to keep yourself warm on your transit back and forth to work. And also, I know some of you have to walk a block or so to get into the building, so make sure you dress appropriately for the weather conditions. None of the commissioners here are going to say anything if, say, you wear jeans or something like that during the workday, especially with this kind of weather. So, anyone else?
Hey, Chris, the commissioners also like for you to go back, and you and Bob go back and let the highway workers know we appreciate everything they've done over the past few days with the roads and everything. Just tell them we really appreciate everything that they do out there.
All right, thank you.
I make a motion to recess.
Second.
Meeting's recessed.